hello. Shh. We're in the Library of American History. My name's Michael Daughtry. Today we'll be covering the St. Valentines Day Massacre, in the time of Prohibition, when crime, not justice, ruled the cities.
A tragic day in U.S. history. Two gangs come at a garage and it's just a massacre, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre to be exact. And 7 men are killed in a garage on the north side of Chicago, ordered by Al Capone, who is conveniently at his home in Miami at the time. It was planned by McGurn and members of the circus gang. Imported hired killers are sent to the Morin warehouse to kill George Bugs Morin, his nickname Bugs, a rival and thorn in Al Capone's side, who also has possession of lucrative Northside booze businesses and other rackets. The hired crew mess up the hit and think Morin is in the garage. One of the lookouts across the street mistakenly think one of the men entering the garage is Morin. The crews awaiting at the Circus Cafe are called in from They're called in from this rooming house tipster to begin their fake raid. Once they arrive there, there's no turning back, and Morin is nowhere to be found. He spotted the fake police cars on his way to the garage and mistook it for a raid. He doubles back and disappears with his 2 henchmen inside the garage. The killers line up the Morin men, consisting of 5 Morin gangsters, 1 mechanic, and an optometrist who gets a kick out of hanging around gangsters.
As history records, there were exactly 2 Thompsons, 2 shotguns, and a pistol involved. There were over 70 spent shells that hit the floor and 2 shotgun casings to follow. The men were all shot to pieces. The killers killed everyone inside, and they left the building, and they pretended they were arrested by putting their guns to the back of the other 2 gunmen, and they leave the scene. 2 women, Jeanette Landsman and Mrs. Alphonse Morin, hear the machine gun fire, and one of them sends a roomer to go to investigate, see what's up, and he comes right out, and he's completely astonished by the scene. I mean, all those massacred, and then he yells for them to call the police. And then the police arrive, and they find the 6 men dead, and 1 crawling to the door. And Frank Gusenberg, he was the miraculous survivor. He lives for about 3 hours, 14 slugs in his body, and he refuses to mention anything about the massacre, even though he knows he will die.
Originally, we believed that there was only 1 car that the killers used to transport themselves, but we now know that there are 2 fake police cars that involved. They seem to be part of the massacre. One in the alley, whose occupants leave their car and enter the garage at the 2122 North Clark as a truck enters the 2 panel doors at the rear and at the Moran warehouse. The occupants keep the Moran men lined up and walk to the front of the office to let in the other carload of killers dressed as cops. The civilians saw the cops and thought it was a cop raid, and the 2 cars, indeed found later, burnt and cut up in an effort to destroy them. Both of them were fake police cops who have police gogs, and one is found to contain a notebook, who is the belonging of Al Weinshank, killed in the garage. One was a 1926 Perles found in Maywood, and the other a 1927 Cadillac touring car that was found in the fire at 1723 North Wood Street. The fire was caused by a gang member trying to cut up the vehicle with an acetylene torch. He did not realize that the car contained a canister that had a reserve of gasoline in the engine. Detectives searched the hospital for anyone that may have burned himself in the hours that followed, but to no avail, they didn't.
It's been a long day. I need a drink. Maybe it'll help me out.
Stop what you're doing. Stop.
One, two, three.
Get up! Get your hands down! Put it away! Guys, down! Put it away! Get up against the wall! Against the wall! Against the wall! Move!
I'm just an optometrist.
You gotta get out of here! Let's move! Let's move! Let's move! Don't worry, buddy. Help us on the way. Please, hurry.
I hope you've enjoyed this episode of History Crusaders. I'm Michael Daughtry. Goodbye.
Oh, hello. We're in the library.
Joe. Oh, it's been a long day. Give me some of that. Come on.
Boy, sit us water. Get up! Freeze! Freeze! Put it down! Put it down! Get up against the wall! Get up against the wall!
I'm just an optometrist. Optometrist.